Your sauce isn't breaking, your noodles are. If your pasta looks smooth and deep yellow, it's built to repel sauce, not hold it. Today, we're ranking 9 culprits that turn carbonara watery and cacio e pepe chalky, then revealing the 2 lines that actually emulsify like a pro. Here's the truth. Bronze-cut, slow-dried pasta gives you a rough surface and steady starch release. Teflon extruded, fast-dried noodles don't. Stick around for the one shopping rule that saves your dinner and your wallet. What the box must say before it goes in your cart. Now let's name names and show why some popular picks fail once they hit the pan. Number 1. Barilla gluten-free spaghetti. Gluten-free doesn't have to mean glue-free, but this spaghetti often taps out early. You expect a clean toss, instead, you fight slip. Here's the truth. This line leans on corn and rice starches, not wheat. Those starches gel at different temps and don't have gluten's net to hold shape. That changes how water moves in and how starch leaks out. You need steady release for sauce, you get a surge, then silence. Without gluten's network, fast-dried, smooth strands cook unevenly. The outside softens, the core hangs tight, and the surface turns slick in the pan. That's the worst mix for an emulsion. You stir more, heat more, and the sauce still won't take. Run a pepper and cheese emulsion and watch the failure mode. The liquid beads off and sinks like rain on wax. Pepper clings to the skillet, not the noodle. You end up with a glossy noodle and a puddle under it. Here's the kicker. Mixed starch blends can work, but they need gradual hydration and a slightly rough coat to grab sauce. When the dye is too smooth and the dry is too hot, you lose microtexture. No pores, no capillary pull, no stick. Can it work? Yes, with the right build and care. But this pick often underdelivers on sauce carry, especially in pan finishes that ask for starch on demand. That's not your whisk, that's the surface. Mini payoff. If you need gluten-free, reach for bronze-cut GF or ridged shapes. Boil 1 minute shy, then finish in the sauce. Feed the pan with measured starchy water, not a flood. Keep heat moderate and toss until it tightens. Next up, a budget elbow that looks fine dry but collapses in the skillet. Number 2. Great value elbow macaroni. You think a cheap elbow saves you money, but great value elbow macaroni charges you twice. Once on the shelf, again when dinner falls apart. Here's the truth. This budget line is built on speed. Teflon dies push out smooth tubes, and high heat drives off moisture fast. That factory shortcut leaves a glassy coat that sheds sauce instead of holding it. The natural curve should trap cheese. With this surface, it rinses clean in your bowl. It's like trying to tape a poster to a Teflon pan. Nothing sticks. You toss, you stir, and the sauce beads up and slides down. The noodle looks wet, not coated. Flavor stays in the puddle, not on the pasta. Quick-dried pasta locks protein tight and polishes the skin. You lose wheat aroma and the faint dust that helps sauce grip. Starch release hits early in the boil, then goes quiet when you need it in the skillet. That means no steady glue during the toss, so fat and water won't marry. Think baked mac. The cream splits, oil pools at the top, and the elbows squeak when you bite. As it cools, the pasta weeps and pushes sauce off, so you get a greasy edge and a dry center. The shape promises comfort, but the finish fights you. Here's the kicker. You can blunt the damage. Build a roux base, equal parts fat and flour cooked to a blonde paste, so the sauce thickens and stays put. Undercook the elbows by a minute and finish in sauce. Bottom line, spend a little more on a bronze-cut elbow with a pale, dusty look. If you're stuck with these, use a roux in controlled heat. Next up, a veggie blend that sounds healthy but fights emulsions. Number 3. Ronzoni Garden Delight. Veggie pasta. Veggie-colored pasta looks smart, but your sauce runs like water. Here's the truth. Ronzoni Garden Delight leans on vegetable powders for color and a faint flavor shift, but the make still rules the meal. When the dough is pushed through smooth dyes and dried hot, the skin sets slick. The veggie add-ins don't add grip. You get a bright noodle that won't hold a coat. Run a red sauce and watch the miss. The tomatoes bead and slide, then pool at the rim of the pan. The shell goes in beige-orange and comes out with red bowl water, not redder pasta. That's lost flavor in the sink and a bland bite on the fork. Why it happens matters. Those powders can dilute the gluten web that helps pasta stay elastic and thirsty. Without a rough face, the wall of the noodle has less capillary pull. Think of a paper towel versus wax paper. One drink, one shrugs. This eats like the second. You wanted a nutrition boost. You got less performance. Emulsions depend on slow, steady starch release while you toss with fat and pasta water. Here, the release pops early, then fades, so oil separates and cheese clumps. You stir harder, the sauce gets thinner, and dinner loses body. You can steer it. If you want fiber and color, pick a whole grain, bronze cut, or a pulse pasta with real texture. Keep the boil shy of done and finish in sauce with small hits of starchy water. Treat Bronzoni Garden Delight as salad pasta. Great cold with vinaigrette, herbs, and veg. Next up, a boxed icon. Great for nostalgia, not for stable sauce. Number 4. Kraft Macaroni and Cheese Original. The blue box nails childhood. It doesn't nail emulsion. Here's the truth. This product is built for the packet sauce workflow. Boil fast, drain hard, add milk, butter, and the powder. That system doesn't ask the noodle to feed the sauce in the pan. It asks the packet to carry the flavor and texture. So the elbows get made smooth and quick to cook. That's where your pan sauce fails. These elbows shed a lot of starch into the pot early, then go stingy when you toss with fat and cheese. You need steady starch to bind butter and dairy. Instead, you get a slick surface with a little grip. Heat rises, the fat and water split, and your cheese won't stay suspended. Try swapping the packet for real cheddar and butter. Watch what happens. The cheese pools, the fat breaks, and the noodles gloss over like they were waxed. You stir harder, but it won't pull together because the noodle isn't giving you the glue. Emulsion depends on ongoing starch release while you toss with hot pasta water. That constant feed thickens and stabilizes the sauce. This format is engineered for a different job. It performs when you follow the instructions. It resists when you don't. Can you hack it? You can do a light roux or a splash of evaporated milk to fake stability, then keep heat low and stir steady. You'll patch the sauce, but the noodle texture still limits cling and carry. Mini payoff. Use it the way it was designed. For a real mac with a silky coat, pick bronze cut elbows, keep them shy of done, and finish in the pan with starchy water. Next up, another bargain elbow with the same structural trap. Number 5, Creamette elbows. They look classic, but the surface tells the story. Too smooth, too slick. You see the tidy elbow shape and think comfort food. But the skin is built like glass, and sauce slides. Here's the truth. Regional staples often run on efficient, fast, dry lines. That means hot air, quick moisture loss, and a polished coat. The die leaves a clean edge, not a gritty bite. You pay in the pan when you want sauce to cling, and it won't. In a skillet, watch the failure sign. Oil gathers at the bottom while the elbows sheen on top. The curve stays clean instead of catching cheese. You toss harder, the sauce thins, and flavor pools under the pasta. It feels like trying to hang a picture on a slick tile wall. Baked dishes show it even louder. You get a waterline at the edge of the casserole. As it cools, the pasta weeps. The starch and water push the sauce off the elbow, so the top turns greasy and the middle dries out. The bite reads squeaky, not creamy. Why it happens matters. High heat drying can set protein so tight the rehydration is uneven. The outside goes soft while the core holds firm. Texture runs from al dente to rubbery in one noodle. You lose that bouncy chew that carries sauce and gives a clean snap. You want a creamy coat that survives the table. Not a split 5 minutes in. If this is all you can buy, underboil by a minute and finish longer in sauce with steady starchy water. Better yet, switch to a rough bronze elbow. Enough with avoiders. Let's lock in what actually works. Here's the truth. Good pasta is an ingredient, not a vessel. It should bring grip, aroma, and steady starch to the pan, so your sauce holds and shines. When the noodle helps, you do less work and get more flavor. Look for clear markers. Bronze cut on the box means the dough met a rough die that leaves tiny scratches. Slow-dried signals lower heat and time, not a blast furnace. Color should read pale cream, not deep yellow. It should smell like wheat, not plastic. Dry strands feel slightly dusty, not slick. People fear the price jump, but losing a pan of cheese, butter, and thyme is the real cost. Waste an emulsion and you toss dollars plus dinner. Pay once for better pasta and your sauces stop breaking. Do a cacio e pepe test. Rough strands pull pepper and cheese into a glossy coat without clumps. You add a ladle of starchy water toss, and it turns silky. No grainy pockets, no oil ring. Here's why it works. Slow drying builds a porous lattice inside the noodle. Bronze dies score micro grooves on the surface. That combo gives grip and a steady release of starch while you toss. Think Velcro on both sides. Sauce meets texture and locks. You want options you can find, not boutique puzzles. 2 brands nail this and sit in many stores so you can grab them without a hunt. Mini payoff. Your shopping rule is simple. Flip the box. If it says bronze cut and slow dried, it's built to help your sauce. If it's deep yellow and glass smooth, leave it. Now, the specific lines that deliver restaurant-grade emulsions. Number 1, De Seco pasta. You want a noodle that helps you, not fights you. De Seco is that steady hand at a fair price. Here's the truth. It's on most shelves and flagged with bronze dyes and controlled drying. That build leaves a slightly sandy feel on the surface and a pale cream color. Not neon yellow, not glassy. You can feel the grip, even dry. Cheaper boxes sit next to it and look the same, but this one tells you with touch. Run a strand between your fingers. It feels faintly dusty, not slick. That texture is free insurance for sauce. Now, a real test. Spaghetti carbonara. You move hot pasta into the pan, add egg and pecorino, then a small hit of starchy water. It turns glossy fast. The sauce rides along the grain of the noodle instead of pooling. No scramble, no oil ring. Just a tight coat from tip to tip. Here's why it matters. Consistent starch release lets you finish in the pan without panic. You don't need a flood of water or frantic whisking. A minute of toss and the strands stay al dente. Springy, not chalky, not rubbery. That gives you control on heat, salt, and texture. And here's the kicker. This isn't boutique or fussy. It behaves like a partner. You get grip, aroma, and a predictable starch feed, so simple sauces taste finished, not greasy. It's the difference between fighting slip and steering a stable emulsion. Mini payoff, upgrading from budget pasta? Start here. De Seco teaches your hands what a proper emulsion feels like. Glossy, tight, and calm to toss. For a richer bite and a cleaner wheat scent, there's a premium line that also delivers. Number 2, Rao's homemade pasta. But you pay more for the name. The question is simple. Do the noodles earn it? Here's the truth. This line leans on classic methods, often bronze cut with a rough coat and a clean wheat scent. Dry strands feel slightly dusty, not slick. That texture is your built-in grip when you hit the pan with oil, garlic, and a ladle of pasta water. The tension is the price tag, but does it save your sauce? Test it with aglio e olio. Start the garlic low in oil, add the pasta, then feed in starchy water. The oil grabs the starch, turns milky, and lays a thin, even sheen that sticks from tip to tail. No puddles, no greasy ring. Just a tight coat that carries heat, salt, and chili in every bite. Why it works matters. A rough face plus steady starch release means you use less water and keep control. You get a shorter, cleaner sauce window where everything binds fast and stays put. That control keeps the garlic sweet, the chili bright, and the oil from breaking. It's like switching from a bald tire to fresh tread. You feel the road, and you stop where you want. For simple sauces, tiny texture gains read big on the plate. A more porous wall, finer grooves, and a calm, timed release of starch turn a 3-ingredient dish into a finished meal. Your wrist does less, your pan does more. Mini payoff: if you plan a special meal, the splurge is worth it. These noodles make minimal sauces taste finished, not greasy, and they hold that gloss at the table. Let's close with the one rule that keeps you out of trouble every time. Bottom line: smooth, deep yellow, fast-dried pasta repels sauce. Bronze-cut, slow-dried pasta feeds the emulsion. You taste it as split-fat, gritty cheese and slick noodles. The fix is simple and fast. Your move: flip the box. If it doesn't say bronze-cut and slow-dried, don't buy it. Pale cream color, dusty feel, clean wheat scent, those are your tells. Want the truth about what's really safe? Subscribe now so you won't get fooled. And here's the kicker: your worst pasta fail can save someone's dinner. Drop it in the comments so others don't repeat it. Next time, your sauce will stick.